Hi there everyone, this is David learning Immediate Arabic, and today I'd like to go over some basic Arabic grammatical terms, the terms that are used in Arabic, and also their corresponding English terms. So we have the three types of utterances in Arabic: a noun, verb, and particle. A noun, ism; verb, fi'l; and particle, harf. You might notice that harf is also the word for letter, but here in grammar it's particle. Nouns can be either mudhakkar or mu'annath, masculine or feminine, and the terminology for something that's singular is wahid, wahidun, tathniyatun, or jama', singular, dual, and plural. Then we have the harakat here, which are dhamma, fatha, and kasra. These are the symbols for the short vowels, dhamma, fatha, and kasra. You'll notice that harakat means movements, and haraka is a movement, so these short vowels are movements from the letters. At least that's the way I like to think of it. It reminds me of what the harakat actually means. Then we have huruf al-illa, which are the long vowels, waw, the alif, the ya. We have i'rab, which in English you might call them the case notation. Basically, whether it's in it's dhamma, fatha, kasra at the end of a word, also known as nominative, accusative, or genitive in Western grammar. We have tanween, which when you have fathatain, dhammatain, or kasratain. For example, fathatain at the end of the word taqriban, that noun sound is what causes it to be tanween. Sukoon is the noun for this little symbol, and a letter that has that sukoon is called sakin, or silent, and so that letter does not have one of these dhamma, fatha, or kasra at the end of it. No movement, it's just silent. This symbol here, tashdid, is for doubling a letter. So when they put this over a letter, that means there's actually two of those letters there, and any letter that has that is called mushaddid. It's been doubled. Then we have some a subject used in grammar. The word for the subject is the fa'il, which is the doer, and correspondingly the object is the maf'ul, which is the person or thing upon whom or which the work is done. So this is the subject, this is the object. And here we have, as relating to the i'rab, or the case notation, the amil is that which causes the case notation to change in the word following it, and the ma'mul, which is that which is changed. You'll notice that it follows the same pattern here: fa'il, amil, maf'ul, ma'mul. So it's kind of helpful in that sense, because this is the actor, this is what's causing it, and this is what's being caused, or who is being affected, essentially. And by that, give an example. The word fi, or the particle fi, is the amil, and then the word after it, say fil beiti, would be beiti, is the ma'mul, that which is being affected, because that's what's causing the kasra to be put at the end of ma'mul, this fi. Just one example, and if it's too in-depth, I apologize. I'm trying to give some examples so it's not just reading off words. But let's go on to active and passive. This is a verb. The fi'l ma'ruf is a verb that has the doer is known or mentioned. For instance, he yakdib, he's lying. It's an active verb because I actually say who the doer is. And then fi'l majhul is a passive verb. I'll give you an example. Qiyala, it is said, or it was said, or precisely, it was said. So we don't know who's saying it, we're just saying it was said. So that's the passive verb. Then we have intransitive and transitive verbs. Fi'l lazim is intransitive, which means it can be understood without the object, without any object. For example, yakdib, he's lying. That doesn't require any object after it. as opposed to a fi'l muta'addi, which is, for example, kasra, he broke. You have to put something after it. He broke something. He didn't just break and then there's nothing. I mean, he can break, but that would be in kasra, but that's an odd metaphorical usage of the measure 7. So a transitive verb is that which cannot be fully understood without maf'ul. So you have to have something after it. For example, kasra. Then we have the definite in indefinite noun, or definite in common noun is shown here. Ma'arifa has the alif lam generally, unless it's in a construction that takes away the alif lam, but it's a definite noun itself. For example, the house. Nakira is the opposite, something that's indefinite, or it can be any house. It's indicated by the tanween. And then we have here what's known in the West as the nominative, accusative, and genitive cases. So if a word is marfu', it's in the state of rafa', which has a dhamma. If it's mansub, it's in the state of nasb, which has a fatha. And if it's majroor, it's in the state of jar, which is represented by kasra. And one final thing before I go is that just to pull this one little piece together, when I say majroor and jar, we can find that an example of a particle, for example, the fi I talked about, which was the amil, if you'll recall, is part of a group of words called the, it's a harf jar, which is a particle that causes words to be put in majroor. Not essential, but I thought it was interesting that we ended on majroor, and I used that fi earlier as an example. So if you have any questions, or if you're interested in seeing something on this channel that I haven't done, or that you want to see, I would love to hear your feedback. So leave a comment and go ahead and subscribe, and try to get some more interesting videos up here for you. Okay, take care.